Alrighty, I am here with another video, and today we will be installing Z1's rear camber arms. It's the racing camber arms because they were actually currently out of the street ones. Last time I went to go get a alignment, I had my rear camber arm had been bent. Let's see if I can get that to adjust better. There we are. Wait, nope, that's not it. Right there. So my rear camber arm is bent right here, and I need to get that fixed. Better alignment on my car. But yeah, so first thing, you have the chocks on the front of your wheels, have a jack and jack stands. Z1 provided instructions that will help us complete this. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the car up in the air, and I will start the next part of the video. All right, before you lift it in the air, first you loosen your lug nuts. They want you to take off the rear wheels. I don't know if it's a necessity. I think they're just doing it to take some of the weight off the end, so that when you have less tension on the camber arms themselves. But yeah, make sure you loosen them before you lift it up, and then go ahead and take your rear wheels off. So let me do that real quick. All right, now that we got these wheels off on both sides, let me come around to the other side. Got the wheels off. We now need to locate the rear camber arms. So you come under here and you take a look, and your camber arm is going to be the arm that sits on the bottommost section of your wheel hub assembly. You just double check that, make sure. Yep. So your bottommost arm on your wheel hub assembly right here is going to be your camber arm. You need to disconnect it here, or from the subframe first, and then from here next. Subframe first, here next. I'll get those millimeters here to you in a second. Alright, as I just found out, you're going to run into a predicament. Basically, here are all your this is the front bolt that holds it to the bottom of your hub. This is the rear bolt. It's much larger, has kind of a wonky thing on it with a dial for adjusting it. And these are all of these are 17 mils, 17 millimeters. On the front one, it was very tight, like incredibly tight. I had to kick it off, and I had to use a 17 millimeter ratchet and a 17 millimeter ratcheting wrench to go opposite directions, or else it'll spin. The back one, I didn't have to worry about using two. The bolt was a little looser, but Nissan, you knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing when you decided to put that bolt right next to your sway bar, your rear sway bar. Yeah, you can't pull that out very easily. So what you had to do was once you got it pushed most of the way through, take your rear camber arm and kind of bend it forward. Let me grab it. So this is the way that it was in there. So what you have to do is bend it forward like that. Once you get it most of the way out, and just kind of slide it out. You have to do some finagling and wiggling to pull it out. Then that bolt will be stuck in there, so what you have to do is tilt it kind of upwards above your rear sway bar, and it'll pop up over top of your rear sway bar, and you'll be able to get it out. So that'll save you from having to get your rear sway bar taken out. So yeah, that's one side out. I'm gonna go do the other side, and then we will start with the install. Okay, so now that I got those camber arms off, you can kind of better see the damage. This is what your camber arm is supposed to look like. Nice and straight. Here's what mine had happened to it. Ended up getting pretty beat up and bent. Could happen from hitting curbs or whatever else. I don't remember anything. It may have been the person before me who owned it. Who knows? But yeah, they got it pretty jacked up. So I'm replacing them with these. And in the manual, they give you a preset height or length to put them at. Let me go ahead and see what they say. All right, so they want you to put it at 313 millimeters from this hole to this hole. I mean, as you can see, it causes them to line up pretty much perfectly. So from that point, you just go ahead and put them back on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, so I have gotten on this camber arm on this side. This is what it should look like. The instructions said to put red thread locker somewhere. I can't really figure that out. So I mean, if you guys know what they mean by put it on, let's see. This is where it kind of got foggy. It's on the back side. It says once the length is set, apply red thread locker to exposed threads nearest the control arm. Does that, I didn't know if that means on the bolts that I'm tightening down or actually on the length setting themselves. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want to be able to adjust your camber arms for future reference. So that's why I was confused. And then thread the jam nut over the thread locker and tighten against the control arm. I think that might mean right here, but I'm not 100% sure. So I don't want to put it on. But if you guys know, please leave a comment. That'd be greatly appreciated. So let me go get on the other side as well. Okay, so I got them all attached. Last thing to do is torque them down. The ones in the rear subframe right there, those are going to be a, let me see if I can figure that out. Those are going to be 54 foot-pounds, the ones that attach right there. And then the one that attached to the rear of your hub, those are 65 foot-pounds. So just make sure those are all torqued down so you don't have something. And yeah, so this is kind of a pain, but I got it done in a little over an hour with some finagling and stuff. Only minor injuries, punching crap. But yeah. So now, time to go get in alignment, make sure everything is installed properly, and then the job is complete. Thanks for watching again. Please subscribe. I'm going to do one more video about brake lines here probably in the next day or so. Thanks.